What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P. Today we're going to take a look at some awesome back to school tech for you guys for 2017. Whether you started school up already, or you begin next week, or you started school a few weeks ago, either way, I think you're going to find most of these things, if not all of them, helpful for you and your upcoming school year. If you're interested, I'll have them all listed for you in the description down below so you can check them out, as well as a sign up link for Amazon Prime Student where you can receive some crazy awesome discounts for all things school related. You get free 2-day shipping on most items, sometimes even 1-day shipping depending on where you live, as well as discounts on like movies, books, and even pre-ordering brand new video games that instead of spending $60 and up, you can get for under $50. So I'll put that down below, as well as last year's back to school video, which almost has 1 million views. So when you're done watching this, go over and check out last year's video. Same principle applies, all awesome things for you for the back to school season. First off, we're gonna show off one thing that I bring with me pretty much everywhere, and that could definitely be applied to any student, and that is this RAVPower File Hub. I use this thing for pretty much everything when I'm out and about. I just included this in my What's in My Travel Tech Bag video because, like I said, I literally bring it everywhere. So get ready. This is a wireless travel router, an SD card reader, and a hard drive reader for sharing and streaming media over this thing, and a 6,000 milliamp hour external battery bank. Yeah, that's all crammed into this little device. So first, for those 6,000 milliamp hours, say you're out and about, your phone's dying, this will definitely give you enough juice to charge it up all the way, and then some. Then as for the wireless media streaming, all you have to do is download their app and plug in like an SD card, maybe a flash drive or an external hard drive. Then you can transmit, photos and videos straight to your phone. But where I find these extremely useful, especially on campus, is using it as that wireless travel router. So say you're at the library and the Wi-Fi just isn't that good, but there is an Ethernet cable lying around. All you have to do is plug it into the bottom here of the File Hub, and you will now have Wi-Fi. You can connect it to either your smartphone or your laptop. But I know for me, when I was at college, the Wi-Fi there wasn't really that good anywhere on campus. And I actually was hardwired most of the time plugging into my laptop. So having something like this, I think could be very, valuable when you're around campus going down to different classes and buildings. I think it's definitely useful. And for $40 to have all these things crammed into this little device, definitely worthy of a pickup. Next is something for all you constant note takers out there. These can be a great addition to your backpack because these Everlast notebooks from Rocketbook are going to be pretty much the only notebooks you're gonna need. And yes, last year I showed off the Rocketbook Wave, but these are different. These are the Everlast. So with the included friction pen, you can treat these as a usual notebook, but instead of just throwing it out when it's all filled up or something like that, you can actually just use a damp paper towel or a damp microfiber cloth. You'll have all fresh pages. So say at the end of the semester when that class is done, instead of just throwing out the notebook, you could just wipe the pages clean and use it for your next class or your next semester. And again, with these friction pens that they include, or you can buy more pretty much anywhere else, they also have this rubber tip on the other side where you could start to erase the friction ink as well if you need to erase something as you're writing it. And then not only that, but if you want to perhaps save your pages before you wipe them clean, or just transfer all your notes to your friends or your smartphone, or even your laptop to have a PDF version, with the app you can actually scan the pages, and on the bottom there's these little icons, and inside the app you could set them to things like Google Drive, Dropbox, Evernote, OneNote, Slack, iCloud, or an email. Then when you scan it, whichever ones you tick, it'll automatically shoot a PDF to that service. Say you want to send today's lecture notes to your buddy who is sick, all you have to do is take a photo with the app, select the right icon, and have an immediate PDF sent right to your email, your Dropbox, your Slack, anything like that. Really cool. You can pick these up in different sizes as well for around $35. And if you're, very environmentally cautious, you don't have to worry about throwing these notebooks out at the end of the year because you can just keep using them over and over, which is great. Next up is something for people who have tons of passwords. This is LastPass, and this video is brought to you by LastPass, so shout out to them. This is going to relieve the stress and the constant headache of managing, remembering tons of different passwords for different websites, portal or school logins or different classes and stuff like that. They've got your back. With LastPass, you don't have to worry about writing down passwords, remembering them, or having to reset them. They keep track of all of it for you, so you can just, stay sane. You put your passwords on autopilot pretty much. And if you use the same password for everything, which you should never do, they will manage and generate all new ones for you. So first, there is a free LastPass browser extension. Right up in your browser toolbar, you'll see the little logo there, and you can start to use it for any site. Now, when you first sign up, you make this really strong master password, they call it. And then from there, you can go along and add different sites, say, for YouTube, Amazon, Twitch, anything like that. You can categorize the sites you add by social media, finance, online shopping, etc. And then from there, if you want to generate these passwords for all your different sites, you can pick things from like uppercase, lowercase, numbers, set to length, to really make your passwords secure. So not only do you have different and complex passwords for all these different websites, you don't have to remember them. They have it all remembered and secured for you in their vault. LastPass is also available on mobile. Pretty much the same thing, just now in the palm of your hands. You can use it for logging into certain apps, putting in passwords, and now you're even gonna get fingerprint support. And I know for me, this would have been especially useful in college because there were different logins and passwords for getting into the school's portal, the school's dedicated email servers, and then different class logins. It was very complicated, different passwords and logins for each one. So having them lock all that down, having it all generated for you would have been very easy. You don't have to worry about resetting them and all that good stuff. So LastPass, definitely the way to go if you have tons of different passwords for, shopping, social media, school, anything like that. If you want to sign up or check it out, I'll put it for you in the description down below. It is free. If you want to sign up for the LastPass premium service, it is only $2 a month. Next up, we have my favorite mouse, and that is the Logitech MX Master 2S. I've showed this off before, I did a dedicated review on it, but this is awesome for pretty much anybody, and I'm sure students can find this even more useful. So I know for me, I have my laptop with me 95% of the time for classes, and having a reliable mouse with you is a must. And first off with this, it has a battery life of up to 2 months, so you're not gonna have to worry about this really dying on you when you're in class. It has a great and improved sensor, so you can use this on all different sorts of surfaces, so you don't have to bring like a mouse pad with you. You can use it on a wooden desk, a glass desk, your notebook, anything like that. It'll have no problem tracking. But one of my favorite things about these mice is the fact that it has this really unique gesture pad where your thumb sits. So inside the software, you can go in and change it up, but this little gesture pad here lets you press down with your thumb. You now have access to certain gestures, like, you can increase the volume or decrease the volume by going up and down with your mouse. You can have it browse through web pages, browse through certain tasks you have up on your laptop, flip through your textbook pages. It's all there in the software, and the gesture support is a really cool integration, I think. It's just one of my favorite mouse out there. I know it's very popular as well, so I wanted to include it. It is just under $100, but if you need a very solid, reliable mouse for you for the next few years, this is gonna be the way to go. Next up is an essential for the dorm life, and that is the Amazon Echo Dot. It's constantly on sale, which is really cool. So you can always find it around $40 and under. There are promotions for it like every other week. And with the Amazon Alexa integration, it'll add some smart home tech to your dorm room. As you can see, this thing is very tiny and discreet. You could set it on your desk, maybe on your nightstand even. And once you plug it in and connect it to your Amazon account, you now have full control with Amazon Alexa. You can ask it things, tell her to set reminders, set your alarm for the morning so you don't miss your class, have her order you things, pretty much anything you can think of, Alexa has locked down. And you can even go in with the Alexa app and download like certain skills for her to learn. So if you want to find out something about the next upcoming game for football season, you can download that skill set, maybe things for like your biology class. There are a ton of different skill sets for her to learn. You simply ask it and it'll tell it for you. Right up top, there is a speaker. There are some controls like, volume up and down. You can mute Alexa, as well as just like an Alexa prompt right here. I think it's a really neat device. Like I said, constantly around $40. You can get it in either white or black. Just having it around your dorm room can make things a little bit easier. Next is the essential for any student, and yes, it's kind of boring, I know, but face it, it is needed, and that is some serious hard drive game. These ones from Western Digital, this is 4 terabytes right here in this brick, and it was only like $110 for 4 terabytes. You can pick these up in different colors for different prices as well, ranging anywhere from like $110 to $120, sometimes cheaper. But these are great for any student. So you have digital photography classes or some sort of digital media where you're constantly working in these large files and either InDesign, Photoshop, anything in Premiere or After Effects. Those files get very large. And if you're working also on school computers a lot of the time, and you want to transfer those files between your laptop and the schools, back and forth to classes, you're gonna need a very wide capacity hard drive that's going to be rugged and reliable. And these ones from Western Digital I think are great. They are small and compact enough you can fit it in your pocket and be good to go. And let's face it, 4 terabytes is definitely a lot and should be good for you. But if you want something a little bit more, discreet, smaller, but faster, we have these portable SSDs from Transcend. And to give you guys an idea of the size here, this is my iPhone 6. It's literally like half the size of my iPhone. So this thing is crazy tiny and crazy fast. Instead of using these for all classes, I more so would use these for a dedicated project that's very important. Possibly something for a final or a final presentation, you get the idea. The one I have here is 240 gigabytes, and to increase read and write times, it is USB Type-C port equipped. And the max read speeds are 410 megabytes per second, with the writes being 400 megabytes per second. So definitely quicker than a traditional external hard drive, with it being a portable SSD. Definitely one of the best out there. Now next up we have an electric skateboard. This one is the classic board from Hugger Tech. You can currently pick it up on Indiegogo. So getting around campus sometimes could definitely be a hassle, so you oversleep by a few minutes and your class is all the way across campus. Walking is just not gonna get it there, and you're tired, you don't wanna be running that early in the morning. Having an electric skateboard can get you there on time. And this classic one here, I'm a really big fan of. I like the whole kind of long board layout that it has while still being like a traditional skateboard size. The nice wooden look to it with these teal wheels. I'm a big fan of it. So one thing I really like about this one is that it allows you to push like a normal skateboard, but the motor is still there in case you want to increase the speed or just keep your momentum going. It's not required. For safety, there are front and rear LED lights for things like signal braking and turning, and the little light on the front is going to help you see a little bit better at nighttime. And on a single charge, it can go up to 8.5 miles, reaching speeds up to 15 miles per hour, which isn't crazy fast, but it'll definitely get you where you need to go on campus. And if the battery's dying on you, it'll recharge in just an hour to an hour and a half. And the included remote control is really user-friendly. You can increase your speed with the little trigger here, throw it in reverse, put on the brake if you want to slow down, change up the speed modes, all here. You control the board right in the palm of your hands. There are a lot of different knockoff ones out there on the market, but for around $200, like I said, I'm a big fan of this one. Gets you some pretty decent speeds, and you get a pretty great mile range on this too for the price. For around campus, it could be a solid pickup. Next up is a product for if you need a lot of things charged at the end of the day, like your smartphone, a tablet, or a smartwatch. This is the Nomad Home Hub, and pretty much what it does is it lets you connect up to 5 or 3, depending on which product you buy, USB to this at once. You could charge all your devices, put this next to your desk, put it on your nightstand at nighttime, charge all your devices at once without having to take up numerous different USB ports or outlets throughout your room. All the cables file neatly underneath the hub. You can see here it routes out the backside, so the cable management's gonna get locked down. You just power it with the DC wall adapter. You can buy one of these home hubs that have either 5 USB slots or 3 USB slots. Then on top is a rubber surface with some LED lights, pretty much acting as a charging indicator to let you know when your devices are charged up. Set them all up here, and rest assured at night your devices will be charged when you wake up. Last but definitely not least is for all you coffee drinkers out there who need that cup of coffee in the morning to get you ready for class. And that's these unspillable mugs from Mighty Mug. You've probably seen them before, but you're gonna need one of these if you're bringing coffee to class. I mean, there's nothing more embarrassing or obnoxious than having a cup of coffee on your desk and it spilling over during class and just getting everywhere. This will prevent that 100%. So you can buy these in different sizes, materials, and colors. And it's an unspillable mug because pretty much you can punch it, slap it, tip it, it's not gonna fall over. On the bottom, there's this piece of rubber that acts as this crazy suction cup, pretty much. And that's what's so crazy about these, is it only moves if you decide to pick it up and drink it. You can accidentally hit it with your textbook, your laptop, punch it, slap it. It's not gonna tip over during class, saving you a bunch of embarrassment in the end. Like I said, you can get them with different colors and sizes and stuff like that. So if you're always bringing coffee with you in the morning, this is the mug to have. And guys, that's gonna wrap it up for my top 10 back to school tech. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check them out if you wanna pick any of them up. And if you're a student and you found any of this helpful, definitely give this video a giant thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm RandomFrankP. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.